I hope you like stumbling around in the fog, because you're going to have to do it a lot, both figuratively and, as you can see, literally, in the irritatingly titled new game, Mind, Path to Thalamus. Hi, this is Ivey for JustAdventure.com. And okay, I'm being snarky, sorry. You'd think I'd be cheering from the rooftops in support of a game that fits so perfectly into the mold of what adventure gamers like. It's crowdsourced, it's gorgeous, it's a pure point-and-click adventure, and hell, it was basically made by 4 people. So let me back up and start again. I promise I'll try to be nicer. Mind, Path to Thalamus is a new adventure game from Carlos Coronado, Danny Navarro, Luca Nieto, and Jose Ladislau. Here's the setup. A really, really morose guy is in a 10-year coma. During the coma, he does what anyone else in a 10-year coma would do. He constructs a point-and-click adventure game that purports to delve deep into his own subconscious. Because how better to work out pathological, guilt-driven neuroses than environmental puzzles? Again, I'm being snarky here. It's a perfectly legitimate setup for an adventure game. In fact, one of my all-time favorites, Sanitarium, has basically the same setup. Oh my god, those are the good old days, right? Okay, in the plus column, the game is lovely. Really lovely. You could perhaps criticize its lack of environmental variety, but what's there is always nice to look at. Much of it is very pastoral in a way that reminded me a bit of Flower, which of course is a good thing. Also in the plus column, the ambient sound and music is also very pleasing, soothing almost. The combination of nice visuals and sound go a long way toward fulfilling one of the most basic goals of all games, that of creating an environment we want to spend time in. In the I'm not quite sure column, the puzzles. The story in this game is paper thin, so the game is all about the puzzles. Now, many people have compared the puzzles in this game to Portal, which of course is high praise. I don't really agree with that comparison, and I'll get to why in a moment. The other game that's quite obviously referenced here is Myst. Both games take place in beautiful, lonely environments full of puzzles to solve. There are 2 big differences, however, between this game and Myst, and for that matter, Portal. Both of those games involved very concrete puzzles in physically limited and contextually dense spaces. Sure, in Myst you stumbled around that island a lot, but the island wasn't that big, and it was full of stuff. Actual stuff. Sundial, a ship, a rocket, a piano. The puzzles, obtuse as they often were, had you manipulating actual things in order to solve problems. Pretty much the same is true for Portal. In contrast, the environments in Mind, Path to Thalamus are almost completely empty. And what's worse, they're huge. And the puzzles you are working on are very abstract. So you spend a lot of time simply traipsing around in a mental or even in a literal fog. What's worse, the only tool you have to solve these puzzles, a wireframe ball somewhere in size between a volleyball and a beach ball, must be carried around these huge environments, blocking a frustrating percentage of your field of vision, which means you spend an inordinate amount of time stumbling around these huge, almost empty spaces, holding this stupid big ball in front of your face, trying to peer around it to find something you might be able to use the ball on. On the other hand, the puzzles are pretty devious and can be very satisfying to solve. They start relatively easy, but ramp up pretty quickly. Careful observation and memory are required, and if you're easily stymied, like I am, I'm not very smart, but I can pick up heavy things. I'll give you one hint that will serve you well for the entire game. Gravity is your friend. In the "Oh my God, for the love of sweet tap dancing Jesus, kill it with fire" column, the voice acting. The voice acting. The voice acting. For a comatose guy, he never seems to shut up. And what he's blathering on and on about is almost always banal and quickly redundant. Banal plus redundant, always a fun combo. As I've said so many times, there is no excuse for bad voice acting in a game. None. Particularly when you only have to hire one actor, or at least one actor per release language. The guy doing the voice in this game is a lox. I hope he has a plan B for his career. Anyway, conclusion. Let me take a breath and try to be objective here. If you have more patience than me, and really, who doesn't, and you have a higher tolerance for lame voice acting than me, and you aren't as annoyed by utter lack of context as I am, you might really enjoy Mind Path to Thalamus. The puzzles force you to think in clever and creative ways. The environments are lyrically lovely. The sound and music are evocative and appealing. And it's an honest-to-goodness, pure point-and-click adventure game. So it's entirely possible that you should ignore my snark and give the game a try. Grade, a grumpy C+. So, do you agree with me? Let me know and look for more video reviews soon on justadventure.com.